Do you have a new song you're about to release?
What is better to release, EP, single, or a long play?
How much time is needed to make a good marketing and promotion of your release?
Which resources and partners can you involve into your music release?
Do you speak music? This is a vlog about management and marketing in music, where we, Nastya,
And Ira.
talk about different parts of life of a musician and manager.
Our goal is to make you as musicians and managers confident and fulfilled and bring you from where you are to where you want to be.
Are you familiar with the situation when you worked hard on the song, invested a lot of time and resources into recording? Now you have this wave track on your computer and you want to show it to the world.
And did you know that your work on release at this point only begins? And there are several platforms, strategies, and tips you can use to bring your music to your listener.
Interesting fact. Daily, close to 40,000 tracks are being uploaded to the Spotify platform alone.
There are more than 200 digital music services available only in Europe, providing access to more than 40 million tracks.
Releasing new music is a constant task for music artists, and it's increasingly important to find effective ways to promote and get your music out there.
Knowing how to promote a single release for your music effectively is half the battle.
But with so many services available for music promotion, it can be hard to identify the right options.
Today we will go through a single release strategy, showing you how to promote a single that will help you customize a core strategy to place your music where it needs to be, in the listening ears of flowing and prospective fans.
One of the most popular types of releases now is single release. You probably also heard about such formats of releases as LP and EP. Let's clear what is it exactly.
Yeah, LP stands for a long play, and it's another word for album. It's used to define the length of the product that is made by a musician. It's longer than a single and also longer than an EP album.
EP refers to extended play. It is something between a single and LP. It is a little too short to be a full CD and a little too long to be a single. It is usually 3 to 5 tracks.
And a single is a song that is released separately from an album. However, it usually also appears on an album then.
Nastya, are you single?
I'm a long play.
Well done.
And you?
Traditionally, singles are considered to be the strongest tracks from the album that get released on their own before the whole album drops. The goal is to build up more buzz and hype around the release of the whole album.
But the definition changed over the time, and so nowadays a lot of producers are actually using singles as their main product for various reasons instead of going for EPs or albums.
Yes, as it allows them to release their music as frequently as possible, keeping their fans hyped about what comes next.
Interesting fact. The origins of the single are in the late 19th century, when music was distributed on phonograph cylinders that held up to 4 minutes worth of audio.
In the first 2 to 3 decades of the 20th century, almost all commercial music releases were in fact singles.
Well, we figured out different types of releases. Today we are talking about single release. And let's move to the following tips for you.
First one. Don't announce a release date until you have a final mastered product in hand.
Yeah, this is really important to keep in mind, not to push back your release dates because a delay came up in mixing, mastering, CD printing, or online distribution.
Trust me, it is a huge stress when you need to inform your fans that you postpone a release.
It's better to foresee risks and have more time for release than to plan everything precise and then have many sleepless nights.
I remember a situation when one band had their CDs delivered to them on the day of the release show. It was so much stress.
Oh yeah, and more stress you have, less energy you have for your creativity.
So, summarizing this tip, to start your single release, you need to have final WAV and MP3 files. You can also have a multi-track recording of your song to be able to remix it in the future.
Next thing is to work on your marketing kit. Prepare all visuals and texts.
Marketing kit is a collection of images, photos, an elevator pitch, a bio, links to the streaming platforms, and text about the release.
It helps you target the right audience and build a list of contacts that will most likely engage with you in order to promote your music release.
First thing not to forget, choose a good title for your song. It should be informative, precise, original, and correspond to your recording's mood.
For example, here are titles of the most known singles released last year: Bad Guy, Seven Rings, Shallow. Do you know the artists?
Next obvious part of your marketing package is artwork. Find an art that fits your release well is tough and takes time.
Don't be afraid to gather multiple cover options and run them by random strangers. If you have a target demographic or audience that you see yourself promoting to, center it around them. You can also ask friends what they think about it.
However, that's a slippery slope. Don't get overexcited, as that's still your release. And if your band likes it, that should be more than enough.
Okay, I'll keep this in mind. This is a good tip.
What makes good or cool artwork can be largely genre dependent. So don't be afraid to take a look at what other successful artists are doing and use it for inspiration.
Surf through Spotify, iTunes, or other music stores to see good examples of artworks for singles.
After you create a catchy artwork for your single and you're getting ready to announce your release, this is a good time to update your profile photos, cover photos, freshen up the visual image of your website, update your bio and social media texts.
Plan ahead to make covers for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, images for posts. All of them should be preferable in one style, containing the title of your release. You can also put icons of the streaming platforms where your single will be released.
Next tip, write a catchy text about your release. Make it in a friendly style, so it is easy to read and understand. Look for interesting facts about your song and the whole process of recording. Maybe something unusual happened or you met and involved somebody unexpectedly into your song.
Answering following questions can help you to build a good text. What is this song about? Who created it?
Is this a part of your future album or a first song of your new band?
Who took part in your recording? Maybe you involved somebody famous or collaborated with another band.
What special happened during the recording of the song?
What inspired you to write this song?
Does this song respond to some very important questions for your local community or humanity in general?
What can you share from your personal experience about it? Maybe you wrote it together with a friend or after some dramatic changes in your life.
When you finish with a longer promo text, consider that you will also need a short one. And it is called an elevator pitch.
An elevator pitch is a promotional tool consisting of a few clever or not so clever adjectives strung together, and it's a short message that's easy to share with others online or in person.
Why elevator? The idea is that you have to pitch your project to the person while riding in the elevator or lift, so it can be up to 5 sentences.
Or it also can be a written phrase to describe your band quickly.
It doesn't need to be long. Some of the most efficient pitches are simply phrases of 5 to 10 words that describe an artist's music with a mention of a genre.
As an example, Vlad Zirka, Middle Eastern World Rock. These are memorable words that fit the artist's story, personality, and his individuality as a musician, songwriter, and performer.
Or elevator pitch of known Ukrainian band Daha Braha, Eastern European ethno chaos band.
When you already have recording, text, and visual, you can start uploading your songs to streaming platforms.
To get there, you will need to work with digital music distributors. Special services which help independent artists and labels get their music on major online music stores and streaming sites worldwide.
There are such distributors as TuneCore, CD Baby, DistroKid, Lander, Ditto Music, The Orchard, Owal, and others.
These digital aggregators distribute music to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, and other leading music platforms.
We recorded a special episode about streaming platforms, so you can learn more details there.
Just keep in mind that the release time varies between music services and generally takes up to 3 weeks.
Of course, it can be published faster, but it is better to plan more time as it is beyond your control.
While you're waiting, you can think about promotional strategy.
Be clever. Next tip. Prepare a list of your informational partners which can help you with your single release.
Look carefully into your contact book on Facebook, as well as search for biggest music online media, radio stations in your country, music platforms and festivals which you cooperated with, famous musicians, bloggers you might know who can recommend your single or publish your release.
Literally, make a list of all your contacts, and when the media kit of your single is ready and you know the exact date of your release on streaming platforms, send them information 1 or even 2 weeks before your release and remind one more time on the day of the release.
Be careful and prepare personal messages for every organization or a person. Yes, it takes time, but it's worth it.
Online media, festival managers, musicians, bloggers, playlist curators value their time and would communicate if it fits their interests.
So, take your time to research about the interests of your informational partners and try to propose something they will be interested in. For example, if the online media is interested in writing about international releases, give them more information about the international component of your single.
Maybe it is an American folk song, or you mastered it in Europe, or German musician recorded a double bass for you.
Don't expect that the media outlet invites you to the interview, but ask them if they would like to have you as a guest. Send them your media kit, write hot news about your track in the message, and state that you're available on short notice.
And don't forget to repost, tag your partner, and say thank you.
Did you bring it?
Yes,
Can you show me?
yes. Show me the goods.
Here are the contacts.
Here are the money.
Right. Let me check. All good.
Thanks for contacts.
Transaction finished. And nearly the last tip. Plan and actively work with your social media.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and other social media you use will be a place for your promotional activities where you can be closer to your fans.
And listeners.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people connect visually. This means you should be posting mainly pictures, videos, graphics, and things that catch the eye of someone scrolling through their feed.
People have a constant appetite for new content, so before and after you have released your single, make a plan for the next few weeks to keep them interested.
Consider doing acoustic versions, live videos, music videos. You can even hold a remix contest.
Stay away from low-quality graphics, cat videos, memes, controversial topics like politics and religion, unless you are specifically a religious artist, and instead focus on interacting with your fans.
And the last one, carefully set your release date.
January may not be the best time because it's the holiday time. The rest of the year is probably a much better option.
Think of your critical fan base and what they have going on that might influence their buying decisions or ability to get stoked on your music.
Consider the competition in your genre or scene. If a similar artist with a larger following has a release at the same week as yours, whose album do you think the blogs, reviewers, and online media will be promoting?
Also, pay attention to your own schedule when setting the date. Give yourself a healthy pad of time for the first announcement of the release date to focus on marketing and building excitement.
There are no rules that are set in stone, but consider 3 to 4 months for a full-length album, 2 months for an EP, and 1 to 2 weeks for a single release.
Well, today we were talking about a single release, and let's repeat the main tips and strategies for your release.
It's recommended to start your release campaign only after you have finished your recording, mix, and master of the song.
Write a text about release, update your bio on your resources, and choose a good elevator pitch for yourself.
Prepare artwork for your single and set of visuals for social media.
Prepare a promo folder or a web page or a document where all the information will be included.
Choose a digital distributor and carefully read its terms and conditions to put your single on streaming platforms.
Prepare a list of informational partners and radio stations where you're going to send your single.
Prepare a strategic plan for your social media, Facebook, Instagram, and other networks.
Additionally, you can plan a budget for Facebook and Instagram ads and write a calendar plan of your release.
Once you have done all of this, you can relax and be happy. You did a great job as a musician and as a manager.
Write us in comment section which music release strategies you used and what worked for you.
Subscribe to our channel not to miss the opportunity to learn new useful information about music management and marketing.
Like and share this video so someone else can benefit from it.
We have planned and produced 15 videos of the vlog Do You Speak Music?
And if you would like us to continue the vlog, please become our patron on Patreon.
Yeah, the link to our Patreon is below this video.
And we'll really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.